There's fucking things from the neighbor's tree. I was like, here, do you want your tree back?
Good.
Let me give you your tree back, dude.
Amy's
But
trying to
both
do that.
batteries are going to be needed for how big our house is, for sure.
Well, it'll charge more. That's just like a here you go.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like here you go. Try it out.
Good.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we're in.
Crazy ride. I'm like, outside, new blower. Imagine her laughing.
"22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback. Obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans
a throw and first down there, but it's incomplete. When you look at this defense, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to.
There he goes, left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Right in for the Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Fighting his way through contact. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Different colors.
Now Richardson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Motion man is Schwartz. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Oh, he stays up. Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
They'll drop to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And the client was like, you have to be from the South. I'm like, no, I've never been to the South, but
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The numbers for him from a week ago, 13 carries, 51 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Right side, Thornton with it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Richardson working from the gun. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards, obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh. Him play this year, we often talk about defenses, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Looking to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards, it would appear, as they're able to convert on 4th and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. London about set to take over on offense.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And this offense on third down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They're just shutting him off there. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
It's right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Dancing to it, and he can't find. Got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Well, he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. That is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll set up a throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
He'll try to run this one in. Well, I'm not quite sure how he got away from that first tackler, but he won't even be able to get it back to the line of scrimmage there as the defense rallies behind him. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They hand off to their big tight end. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. London about set to take over on offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, and he works free. And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. And Richardson back to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yikes, terrible kick, headed straight for the sidelines. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes coming your way, too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. That's complete to Cobb. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Bills.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And he returns this to the 22. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Now the extra point. And the lead is now 24. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Meanwhile, Richardson's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now it's Richardson. That escapes the sack, eluding the pressure right. And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Catch number 44 of him on the year. It's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now they'll empty out the backfield.
Richardson on 3rd and short.
Touchdown!
Tyquan Thornton, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Monarchs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Now back to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is set away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
London about set to take over on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Richardson looking to throw.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A big play there. 43 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Richardson.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
3rd down and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Monarchs get a bit closer.
They'll try and run it here. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
Open man is Waddle complete.
And he'll be taken down right there at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw here.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Back now in Miami.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
As we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
At that time, finally a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
Miami set to take over.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
There he goes, left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Dolphins on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Richardson to throw off play action.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Throwing again, it's Richardson on second down.
And this one's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And on now is the punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taken from just outside the 30. And just a 30-yard punt that time.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Now 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Now a handoff as they run left side. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Now 2nd and 5.
Now they try the right side here. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Dolphins
Oh, fuck.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
London about set to take over on offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
You do it. You do it with all
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Completes this one to Thornton.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
I dare. I fucking
And his throw is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
They go play action with Richardson.
And that's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. London about set to take over on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 41-yard line.
Now Richardson yet again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Richardson.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now Richardson.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So it's a win for the Dolphins here, and it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
After lotion. Yeah. I'm gonna have you try these sandals that I bought. They're from Temu. They're really cute. It's just my foot is, because of my surgery, is too wide for it to fit. Hold on. They're actually really cute. Oh. And the people can't be. Like 8, I always buy a 10, but I'm an actual 9 if I bought a real fucking. This is not gonna fit my foot. My foot doesn't feel good on my broken toe. Don't like it. I don't like it. No, that's wood. See, I'll show you how cute they are on. I hope they fit you. Look at how cute they are, Amy.
I think that's your name.
It's just this right here. And you have to put Lily Ann. I did.
This
It's this space.
agreement is inserted into
not
between
wide enough on my foot anymore.
you or your
I think it's because of all that hardware.
in consideration of your new employment. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
What time are we going to Sunday?
Amy's getting ready right now. And then we're going to run over to Target and see if we can find you a swim set.
Yes!
I don't know. I hope it's not too late in the season.
It won't be.
She says it won't be.
If not, then we can get it at Walmart.
They do still have swimsuits at Walmart, but
Yeah, they do.
I would rather go to Target first.
I want a bikini, not a jogging. I want a 2-piece, not a 1-piece. I look so weird in a 1-piece. Sorry, home slice, but I look so weird in a 1-piece. So I want a 2-piece.
I want a 2-piece.
Guys, Sean's still asleep. He didn't sleep good. So I'm letting him sleep.
What are you trying to do? Are you being extra right now? Are you getting on an extra band over here?
Mom, did you show Amy the hair I want to do? No. I'll show her. I'll show her that. When she gets here. Since you don't want to.
Well, you get to pay for part of your hair because I didn't know that you were all of a sudden going to turn around and like make me pay as much as Skyly got her hair done.
I'll pay half of it.
That
I'll
sounds
pay
fair.
50. I'll pay 50 of it.
No, not 50. No, try 100.
Mom, you said it wrong.
No,
It's 50.
that's what I
No,
said.
you said 50.
No, I said 50.
There.
Oh.
There.
I heard 50.
Here's your name.
Thank you. For my
I
name.
don't know what else you have to.
Well, I already did all that.
So what are we gonna wrap
Oh,
her
that's
leg
how
in
to-
when she goes swimming?
Dude, that stuff. Ooh, I forgot about that. I don't know if that's gonna be good for us or the open wounds. You can't go in the pool with open wounds. She has open
No.
wounds on that
I
thing.
know,
She can't get in the pool.
honey. I don't know if you can go with. I mean,
Yeah.
you could go with us, but I don't know that you can go swimming. I'm sorry.
It's open.
Until we get that to close, which is almost there. We're like,
Because you know how bad that would burn with chlorine.
I was swimming when this one was open.
no,
No.
honey. The thing is we can't have other people getting infected.
Yeah. Yeah.
That too, because it's an open sore. Because people like are gross and full.